Hi guys, and welcome. My name's Ellen, and I was asked to do a talk about my experience with Plexus and how I got started. And I'll just start off telling you a little bit about me first. I am a grandma. I have 3 adult children, 2 boys and a girl. And I have 9 grandkids, believe it or not. Each one of my grown children have 3 kids of their own. So I have 3 granddaughters and 6 grandsons. And we are going to go on an amazing vacation in June, right before we go to Plexus's convention. So my story and how I got started with Plexus is that, like I said, I am going through I'm done having kids. Let's just say that. I'm getting older. I'm aging. And I started having what I didn't know at the time was perimenopause. And something that helped trigger me to go into perimenopause was the fact that I kept getting ovarian cysts and I had to have my ovary removed on my left side. And I actually didn't know it, but there was an issue with my right fallopian tube and they had to remove that. They thought it looked suspicious, so they just took it out. So I am kind of lopsided on my body. I only have my right ovary and my left fallopian tube. Very odd. I do still have my uterus, but it's been out of commission for a long time. I actually had ablation done because I had horrible periods too. So as you can see, I kind of always have struggled with hormones and hormone issues. So naturally, when I became of age, by the way, I am 52. I'll be 53 in August. I went through horrible perimenopause and I didn't know it at the time, but I actually had brain fog so bad, I actually lost one of my nursing jobs. So I am a nurse and I am also, went back to school to do massage therapy. So I do now that I'm older, I am not in the nursing as much as I am doing the massage. And so I mostly do massage, but I do pick up now and again at my old place of, as a nurse. And I fill in when they need help whenever I feel like it. So I kind of just work whenever I feel like it, which is amazing. And it's an amazing thing to be able to do that. I have also always been in some kind of direct sales business because I've always loved the idea of creating an income, creating a side income. And I just always thought they were fun. And you get to meet people, you get to go on vacations, you get to do things, you got a little bit of extra money. I've always been one of those people that like to keep myself busy anyway. So anyway, I have been involved in a few different direct sale companies in the past. So I feel like with my medical knowledge, health and wellness knowledge, and my past history of being in some direct sale companies in the past, it is like the perfect marrying of 2 things in my life. Plexus is, because not only am I helping people more than just here's a pill, I hope that makes you feel better. We're getting to the root of the issues. We're getting to the root of the problems and we're fixing them. And there's been just so many different success stories, not just my own, but many, many, many other people, thousands of other people have had huge success stories with Plexus. And I'm just one of them. So naturally, I was miserable. And my daughter-in-law actually is the one who introduced me to Plexus. She knew that I was struggling. So I don't know if this sounds familiar to you if you've been through menopause or not, or perimenopause, but I had brain fog to start off with. I told you, it got so bad I lost my job at the hospital because of it. I had to go find new employment after I got better. And at the time, I had every test under the sun done. They tested me to see if I had MS. They didn't know what was wrong with me. They tested me I had so much blood work done, so many tests done. I had spinal fluid taken from my spine. I just had so many things done. And the bottom line was the only thing they could come down with is that I didn't get very good sleep at night, which I already knew. And they said that I had adult onset attention deficit disorder. And the only way they could treat me was with an antidepressant, something to do with the serotonin levels. So anyway, so I was on an SSRI from that point, and that was all they could do for me. And then for a while, they put me on a sleeping pill, and that was it. So, and then eventually, they didn't want me on it anymore. So it's like, okay, I guess I don't sleep anymore. But anyway, long story short, this was all prior to Plexus, prior to that. So anyway, as the time went on, I got new employment. I still had issues with maybe attention deficit, brain fog, whatever you want to call it. I started having other issues though too. Not getting good sleep at night, hot flashes like crazy, especially after I ate. Started getting told by my doctor, guess what? You're pre-diabetic. Guess what? You're starting to, I also have a thyroid disorder. I've had that since I was in my 30s. I actually was hyper, could eat whatever I want, didn't gain weight. Found out later that it was because of my thyroid was too high. I had nodules in my, in my thyroid. And they ended up, and they said you can do surgery or you can do radioactive iodine. I didn't know any better. At the time I did the radioactive iodine, I didn't know any better. I trusted the medical system then. And now I am very leery about what I trust anymore these days in the medical system. And there's a lot of different reasons why. I just feel like in today's world, it's not let me figure out what the root cause is so we can eliminate that. It's like, let's give you a pill to make you feel better. We don't really give a crap what's going on with you, and we don't care how to fix it. You know what I mean? So that's where my shift is. And then also all these drugs coming out right now, I don't feel like they have that same kind of follow up with the Food and Drug Administration. I feel like they get pushed through really quickly, and they don't have those studies, I guess, those clinical studies that they used to do. It used to take a lot of time before they would release drugs to the market because they wanted to protect the safety of the consumer. And that's no longer the case. Now you got advertisements on the television telling you, the consumer, what you should be taking. And you know what I mean? Like, they are marketing to us these days. So I feel like it's all about giving you the drug to make you feel the best, to mask your symptoms, a Band-Aid, if you will, rather than getting down to the root cause. So I love Plexus for the reason of the fact that we are getting down to the root cause of what is causing your problems, and we are fixing it because it's all based on your gut health. If you don't know, 70% of your immune system is found in your gut. So if you take these things and you stay consistent, because, Rome wasn't built in a day. You didn't get to where you're at in one day either. It takes time for your body to heal. And this is this is not something that's going to happen in 2 days, 2 weeks. It's going to take a good 60 days. All right. And good for you, because we have a 60-day money back guarantee. So you have nothing to worry about. But I squirrel. And so let me digress. Back to me, okay? I was having hot flashes, brain fog, night sweats, constipation. Oh my God. Could not poop for like 3 or 4 days. And I had irritable bowel syndrome too. So you never knew what was going to set me afloat. You know what I mean? Get me running to the toilet. Usually something greasy. I've had my gallbladder out. I think that has something to do with it as well. So I would go from constipation to immediately running to the toilet sometimes. Abdominal cramping, abdominal pain. I had no motivation. I suffered from some depression. I had no energy. No, I always had to have an afternoon nap. As a matter of fact, I would literally crash after I ate lunch. Sometimes I'd be at work and I'd be trying to chart, and I'm nodding off because I'm tired. My husband can attest to this. I'd fall asleep in the car all the time. It never failed. He'd take pictures of me and send them to his friends, and he'd be like, thanks for keeping me company on the car ride, honey, because I'm dead to the world. Anyways, all of those things were going on. I had a really, really bad weekend. I went out of town. We visited some friends out of the state. But I was miserable the whole time. I didn't sleep. I was bloated. I was fat. I didn't feel good. I was having hot flashes. I was having horrible heartburn too. I almost forgot to tell you about the heartburn. I had horrible heartburn. And I think it's because I couldn't poop. So everything was backing up. Anyway, I was miserable. Okay. Can you relate to any of that? If you can relate to that, you're miserable too, right? So, it was horrible. And I just thought this was like something I had to live with. I had been to my doctor before. She did not want to put me on hormone replacement therapy. She felt like I had a risk factor of stroke and did not want to take that risk. I, on the other hand, didn't care at that point. I just wanted to feel better. But I listened to her advice, and I just kind of treated myself however I could. Threw back the Tums, took medicine for constipation, took medicine for heartburn, told my husband I was dying, had to have the air on at night, blankets off, blankets on, blankets off, blankets on. Anyway, you get the idea. Miserable. So finally, my daughter-in-law realized I had, and it's probably the third time she asked me to try Plexus, because I told her no the first 2 times. I thought, oh, no, not another one. I've done about everything there is under the sun. I'm not doing another direct sale company. You know what I mean? But she caught me at a very good time, because I had the most miserable weekend ever. Like I said, we were out of town with friends, and I was miserable the whole weekend. She finally approached me again, and I said yes. Needless to say, she was right. After 60 days, I really started to feel better. I started to go to the bathroom regularly. I was no longer having heartburn. Those were the first things. I wasn't bloated anymore. It used to be after I would eat a big meal, especially at like Texas Roadhouse, especially like those yummy, yummy rolls that they have with the butter. Oh my God, I love them. Anyway, yeah, I would have to unbutton my pants before I would leave the restaurant. I would get so bloated. None of that anymore. I can eat. And even I can't eat at Texas Roadhouse, and I can't eat the bread, and I don't get bloated. And it's amazing when you fix the gut and how bad you don't realize your gut health is. Because let me tell you something, kids. The food that we have, the processed food we eat, and the stuff that they're feeding us these days out at the fast food restaurants, even the processed food that we eat at the grocery, you don't realize all the crap you are putting in your body, and all the bacteria that you have, and environmental conditions, and even the stuff, you don't realize the stuff that you put on your skin that gets absorbed into your body. You know what I mean? Like, all of that affects everything. It affects your gut, okay? Plexus triplex system will fix that for you, okay? It will fix it for you. It gives you the good bacteria you need. 5 different probiotics are given to you. You are getting rid of the bad bacteria, and then the Slim comes in. I have it right here. We have 2 different kinds. We have a microbiome activating one, and we also have a Slim hunger control one. Anyways, we call it our weed, seed, and feed. Okay, you're weeding out the bad. You're giving in the good, kind of like a garden if you think about it. You're getting rid of the weeds. You're planting all the good stuff you want in your garden, and then you're feeding it with fertilizer. That is what your Slim does, okay? Your Slim also decreases inflammation. It balances your hormones, specifically helps with glucose balancing. And so if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, you're going to love it. My mom's on it now, and she is a diabetic. So that's why, I became pre-diabetic, and I probably inherited that, honestly, because I have a family history of that. So anyway, I am excited. I have not had blood work done to see how my A1C is doing, but I'm so anxious to report and see if Plexus has made a difference and if that level will go down. And I will be glad to report that when that time comes. But all I can tell you is it works. I feel better. I've been feeling the best I have in a very, very long time. And this all happened in October. So I've been on Plexus. I've been with Plexus since October of 2024. So not quite a year yet. What is it? Like October, November? It was the end of October. So actually November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 5, 6, 8 months. So it's been 8 months that I've been with Plexus now. And I don't think I'll ever go back. I don't think I will ever go back. My skin is a lot better than it used to be. I look more youthful. I have a lot more energy. I get good sleep at night. No more hot flashes. Woohoo! No more hot flashes. No more blankets on, blankets off. No more of that, kids. No. I can't even tell you how much better I feel. No more bloating. No more constipation. No more heartburn. And you know what? I've lost weight. I have lost weight. We're not supposed to make weight loss claims, I guess, because I got in trouble for that once. But anyway, I have lost weight. I have lost 15 pounds since October. Was it fast? No. Was it steady? Yes. Was it from Plexus? Absolutely. No questions asked. I have not really changed the way I've eaten. You should obviously eat a reduced calorie diet when you are on the Plexus XXX system. But to be honest with you, we are human. And do I eat every meal like a salad at every meal? Absolutely not. But I'll tell you what, the Slim Hunger Control, that is another option for you. That is the one that I use regularly every single day. That is the one that I have chosen. And let me tell you, it has helped me out so much with hunger control because you have fiber in there. It helps keep your satiety, which means you feel fuller longer. And when you do eat, you don't eat as much. So I hope I've answered all of your questions for you about my story with Plexus and the XXX system, which is the system that I absolutely love and recommend for most people. But again, always go back to the person who has been talking with you about Plexus. Go back to that person and, you know, have a conversation with them and let them help you figure out what products would be best for you, because we have a lot of products on our product line and we're getting more from what I hear. But some of the things that I am drinking right now tonight, because I always have my tumbler with me, kids. Okay. And it's always full of something. So Restore is a great product too. This actually helps if you have a thyroid condition like me. This actually helps your liver turn T3 to T4, whatever it does. I don't know. I forget. It does something with that. It helps your liver. It helps your thyroid function. Just know. Restore also helps decrease inflammation and helps with thyroid function. So yeah, you best believe I'm taking that one, kids. If you have problems getting in fruits and veggies, okay, you need to try our greens. It is in a berry flavor. It is a powder, 1 scoop, mix it with water. I do this once a day. This also has kombucha in it, that green tea stuff. So that's an amazing product too. And then of course, I always have my Slim, and I always have my ProBio 5, and I always have my Bio Cleanse, which is that part of that weed, seed, and feed system. Okay, guys? If you have any questions, like I said, go back to the person that had you listen to this. Or if you don't have anybody who had you listen to this, come back to me, because I would be loving to help you. I'd be loving to help you get started. And if you want to do this as a business, you can. Because if I can do it, you can do it. Why not make some money and feel better? Why not? What is stopping you? All right? I hope you have a great and blessed evening, and I'll chat with y'all soon. Bye.